It is week 2 of the Pantry challenge, and I have a busy week of canning ahead of me, so I need a really simple week of meal prep. So I'm going to share that with you. But before we get started, if you're new to our channel, I'm Julia. Aaron's behind the camera, and we are the Canny Couple, a small homestead family in rural Virginia that work every single day to merge homesteading and frugality. And this is the Three Rivers Challenge. I always want to call it Three Rivers Pantry Challenge, but the Three Rivers Challenge. And this week, I'm feeling a little worn down, and I've got a lot of canning to do. I got some really good meat deals at our grocery store. I got 2 pork butts for 99 cents a pound. I also got some chicken that I need to get canned up 10 pounds. So I'm going to be making chicken broth. I'm going to be canning up some chicken. I also have some turkey carcass in the freezer. I'm going to go ahead and can that up while I'm doing the chicken broth. Get all that done. Do some big bulk canning this week. So I need a really easy meal plan this week. And this is about as easy as it gets. We are doing spaghetti with sweet potatoes. And you're like, Julia, you did sweet potatoes last week. Yep. Are you tired of sweet potatoes yet?
No.
They're so good.
They are.
They're so good. We are doing Lunchables, homemade, fancy Lunchables. Aaron's going to be excited about the Lunchables. He doesn't know what else I'm making with the Lunchables.
No, I don't.
And we are doing like a biscuit bake. So let's get started with dinner. So I've already baked the sweet potatoes. I had to get these started early this morning. And the reason I had to do these early this morning because I have been using my wood stove to do a lot of my baking. And the reason I've been doing that is because I've been trying to save on electricity, not just by using our oven, but also our little solar here as well. So for dinner, I put it in one of our little skillets, and I've been heating it up on our wood stove, and it's been saving us money. It takes about an hour. Lunch as well, anything that needs to be heated up goes on the wood stove when I turn it on, or whenever I start to heat it up. So I have my sweet potatoes here. Now, if you like sweet potatoes, you can add butter, you can add sugar. I'm going to add some salt. We use Redmond's here, and I'm going to put it on the bigger one. This is the only salt we use. We do not use any other salt. I will tell you, before we found Redmond's, I never used salt. Ever.
True.
I mean, ever use salt. Never use salt. So all I did was peeled these, gave them a wash, and these are our own homegrown sweet potatoes, so they didn't cost us anything except for the cost of the plants. What's the name of these? Begins with a B.
No, I think it's an E. Either way, we'll put it down below in the comments.
Have to
I'll have to
look
look it up.
Now I'm going to add one thing to these that makes sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes, just a little bit different. I'm going to add some squash and pumpkin, winter squash and pumpkin. This is 2 cups that I had frozen in the freezer. And you would not believe how much it just adds to it just gives it a richness to your winter squash, or not to your winter squash, but to your sweet potatoes. It adds so much. If you have butternut squash and you cook them with a sweet potato, it is amazing. You could do a mash or even a soup. They taste so good together. And I'm just going to give these a really quick mash, and they're done. That's literally all I do. I don't add sugar. I don't add butter. We don't like it that way. All we do is add salt, and that's it. That's it. If you want brown sugar, you can add brown sugar. So, funny story is my mom said, Julia, how do I make mashed sweet potatoes? Because they don't eat a lot of mashed sweet potatoes. I like to mash sweet potatoes. Most of my family wanted a sweet potato casserole. I said, you cook them and mash them. What do I put in them? Nothing. She said, Julia, I cannot serve that to people. Do I put butter, sugar? I said, no. She's like, I can't serve that to people. I'm like, well, that's how I eat them. I'm the only one that eats them. So that's what we do, and we like them that way. If it really depends on your taste. So for us, I do a big batch, and I'm really hoping to have some left over. If I don't, that's okay. But they are healthier for you this way because it's just sweet potatoes. But you can add whatever you want to them, whatever you want. But we like them this way. Even whenever I go anywhere, I just ask for a sweet potato. I've gotten some rude looks from people whenever we're like, don't even put it on the plate. Don't even put it on the plate. And I'm done. You can use a mixer if you want it finer. I don't really care as long as it's somewhat mashed. And this is done. And what I will do is I'll put this in the oven until everything's kind of ready. Well, actually, I'll just keep it on the back of the stove because we're going to turn the oven on for something. Sweet potatoes are ready. Now, let's make our spaghetti sauce. So I have the pasta ready. I have 2 dishes here. I'm hoping for leftovers. So I did 2 boxes, 12 ounces each. This was a good fiber brand. It's 4 times the fiber. 1 ingredient pasta. It's one we found for $1.30 at Ollie's and also another grocery store. Let me get a spoon here. And this is hamburger. I went ahead and fried it up. And then I have another can of these sausage patties we're going to use up. We're getting rid of them. So,
you know, I couldn't taste them though.
Couldn't taste
last week. You know, we've been complaining about these sausage patties, but you couldn't taste it the way we did it last week.
So I like sausage and spaghetti. It adds something in spaghetti. So even if you don't use just plain Italian sausage, so we have found sausage is cheaper for us than hamburger.
Lately, yes.
It has been. I can get sausage for $2.50 a pound on sale. I can't get hamburger for $2.50 a pound. I can get hamburger for $3 a pound in our area. So for me, it's actually cheaper. And I'm just going to give it a quick break it up a bit and getting it smashed up on the side to get it blended in. And I did drain this hamburger pretty thoroughly. It was really greasy. All that grease and the liquid from the sausage, I went ahead and drained that off. I'm not using it this week. What we do, if we have excess, we actually just give that to our chickens. If I'm not going to use it, I give it to my chickens. I'm okay with that. I have 1 jar of my canned tomatoes. I blended this up with my immersion blender. An immersion blender is one of the best tools you can have in the homestead kitchen. I love mine. So I'm going to take 2 jars of commercial sauce. Yes, I can make my own. I'm cheating this week. So I'm taking 2 jars of sauce. This is one we have found. It's not got a lot
of ingredients.
It's not got a lot of ingredients. You have to be really careful. I do keep the jars, and the reason I keep these jars is for things like crackers and pretzels and to get them out of plastic when we buy them. And when we get finished here, I will put a little bit of water in these to get all of the liquid out, because this one has a bunch. Like you can see, it's got a bunch in there. So how many of you all, leave in the comments below, how many of you all put water in your jars and get all of that out, just a little bit, shake it. And while you're doing that, we would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. So since I added a jar of my tomatoes, I do need to add a little bit of seasoning here. So I'm going to add some oregano. Not a lot, just a little bit. I went light on the seasoning. That doesn't look light, but it is for us. I'm going to add a little bit of basil. If you have watched my videos in the past, that is light. I'm going to add a little bit of this tomato basil powder, because it is actually a very nice seasoning. And then I'm going to add a smidge of garlic. You cannot have enough garlic. You can't. I'm going to give this a stir. And I am going to go ahead, actually, I'm going to add my pasta water to both of these jars. That was silly. I had it right here the entire time. I had pulled out some pasta water, about a cup, when I made my pasta, just for something like this. You can also use these jars if you are not somebody who like uses grease and stuff. If you don't pour it down the drain, or however you try to get rid of it, you can use these jars to, like hamburger grease. You can you shouldn't put it down your drain. You can use it to put hamburger grease. If you don't have chickens, you can put it in the trash can. It's a great way to get rid of old grease if you don't save it. My gram taught me that years ago. It's a great way to get rid of it. Or anything that might have an odor or a scent or a smell that you want to get rid of. Just a stir, and I'm going to get this on. We're just going to turn it on medium and let it simmer, and then we will put it on the pasta, and then dinner's ready. I will put it in the oven and just let it cook a little bit, and it will be ready to go. Like I said, this is a very easy dinner, and this is one of those reasons why I like bulk prepping so much, because meals like this, it's super easy. The hardest part is the prep. So I actually forgot one thing in this meal prep, so I need to stop, get one ingredient, and I will be right back. All right, we are back. My hands are clean, and now I'm going to share how to make homemade Lunchables. So, Lunchables, I feel like they are really expensive, and Lunchables are really just they're just snack trays. That's all they are. They're just individual snack trays. And to me, you can make them anything you want to be. So I'm going to make fancy snack trays. And Aaron doesn't, I think he knows what I'm about to make here. You don't know? You can't tell?
No.
You can't tell by the 3 ingredients I have right here.
Well, I didn't know what was in that thing. I thought it was an empty container.
He can't tell by the 3 ingredients that I have
now
here.
You're going to make a buffalo dip.
I'm making a buffalo dip. So this is going to be part of our Lunchable. So I still have some soup that we have to eat. We have 2 days worth of soup left, and then our soup is done. So then we'll have Lunchables, and I'm going to show you how I would make a Lunchable for Aaron for work. This would not be part of it because this would be too hard for him to eat at work, unfortunately. You should see the frown on his face. But I'm sure we will be eating this as a snack in the evening as well. But this is one of our favorite go-to snacks in our household. This is a buffalo dip I make. So what it is it is a package of cream cheese. I had caught on sale, and when I see cream cheese on sale, I always pick it up. I had a quart of chicken, and that looked a little light because it had some ugly chicken on top. It had gotten discolored, so I took that out, and I drained it. And I'm also doing a quart of turkey.
You mean a pint?
A pint of turkey. Sorry, a pint of turkey. And we tried this with the turkey with just the buffalo on it, and it did just fine. It did absolutely fine. So I think it's going to work just, I'm not worried about it. You won't be able to tell the difference. So we have the turkey, we have the chicken, we have cream cheese, and now we have buffalo sauce. So We have actually found this buffalo sauce at the Dollar Tree. Very few ingredients. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but the price is right, the ingredients aren't awful, and it works for us. Compared to others, you can't really beat it. Wouldn't you say, Aaron?
Yeah. I mean, and flavor-wise, it's really good too.
It's a very good flavor.
If you're looking for just like a classic buffalo.
A classic buffalo. And we go through a lot of buffalo sauce. Like I've already told Aaron, we have to get some more. Like this is one thing, like the pantry challenge, it does not matter.
That's our last one, right?
This is our last one. And I don't care that there's a pantry challenge going on, like I'm about to use it all. So I will leave a little bit. And this is going to go into the oven and cook with breakfast. And like I said, this won't go in Aaron's lunch, but when Aaron is home, when he doesn't have to go into the office, we will have that then. And I will have this, and the little one, she will try it, I'm sure. I bet she will like it. We're hit or miss. We're hit or miss if she likes things like this or not. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. It depends on her mood. But other options for Lunchables. You have your canned fruit. You have carrot sticks. We didn't have carrot sticks on hand, anything like that. You have celery, any kind of vegetable you can think of on hand. Cucumbers, fruit, crackers, oyster crackers. This is one that we're going to be using. I got these on sale for 88 cents. I had actually bought these to make like for events, but we didn't get around to going to those events, so we've got to eat them up. Saltine crackers, another great one to use. Pretzels, bananas, chocolate crackers for something sweet. Other fruit, pineapple, we got that for $1.99, which was an amazing price. And then we have cheese here that we got 2 for $4. And then we have pepperoni. Aaron got 2 for $5, which you can see it got opened up because we have a little pepperoni fiend in our house. We cannot feed her enough pepperoni at the moment. I don't understand it. So here's how I would make one for Aaron, because he is going to be going out of the house. I need one that's kind of easy for him to work, like travel with. So he's going to take some dry fruit. I like it. Before y'all yell at me and tell me I don't feed him enough, Aaron tells me I feed him too much.
Yes.
So he's like, you feed me too much. Don't give me as much food as you do. And he'll bring food home. So I'm going to give him some dry fruit. And I try to be careful about how much dry fruit I give him. And I have to be careful about the kind of meals I give him as well, because he needs easy to eat meals. They can't be things he has to go and heat up. If it needs to be heated up, it has to be done at home. Things like that. Now, if we were home, I would give him some apples and peaches, but because those are wet and I can't keep them separated, I don't want to get out like another dish and have him have to deal with another dish. I'm going to keep those separate. So he'll have these, and I will also give him a banana on top, and it will be easier for him to eat. So, how's that for your homemade Lunchable?
Good.
Good? You excited?
Yeah. I mean, I like that type of stuff, so.
You do. You're
Thank
like,
you.
she's like you.
Yep.
So, It's fancy. It's kind of like one of those, think of something like this more like one of those Sargento snack packs.
Mm-hmm.
More than a Lunchable, because it's more of a, you've got more options, but it's just a lot easier to put together, and you have more options than just lunch meat and crackers and sliced cheese. You can do so much more, and it can be so much better. So much better. And you can add your canned fruit and all of that, and it doesn't have to be your little fruit packs and things like that. You just have so many more options. So that is what we are having, plus 2 cans of soup. Did you want chocolate crackers?
No.
You don't really care for those chocolate
I don't really
crackers.
care for those.
You don't really care for those. Isabel likes them, but you don't really care for them. So for breakfast, Isabel's having eggs. She's in an egg mood, so I can't make those right now. We are having these biscuits in a different form.
These are ones we got for
A video that we didn't get to make.
That didn't get to make.
I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel up to it. So they're drop biscuits, and I'm going to make them a bit of a different way. So I have eggs I've already scrambled up, and I have a can of sausage here, just made up, and we're just going to mix it together. And these are already cooked. And my thought here is, and so before you all ask about the eggs, we have chickens. So we don't buy eggs. So eggs in our area are going
about $3.99 a dozen. What are they going in your area?
No, they were $4.
Well, it was $4.99 at the one, but it was $3.99 at the other.
$3.99 at the other? I thought it was $4.
No, it was $4.99 at one, $3.99 at the other store. But what are eggs going for in your area? Leave that down below in the comments. But the thing we're seeing right now is like people that selling eggs
are selling them cheaper.
Are selling for $3.50 a dozen, which is actually cheaper than the stores.
So you can get your farm bought eggs for cheaper.
Yep.
But we have just enough eggs to feed our family. So that's kind of what we have. How many hens do we have? 5?
6.
6. 6 hens. Yes, 6 hens. Sorry. 6 hens. And right now I have half a cup of milk in here. But we have just enough eggs, and they're still laying. Even in these cold temperatures right now, they're doing great. I mean, they're doing fantastic. We're still getting 4 eggs a day right now. At least 4 eggs a day. I don't know where I got 5. I think I was thinking how many eggs we're getting a day, because sometimes we're getting 5 eggs a day. So I'm just mixing this up, and I'm going to use half of it and then use the other half. My hands are clean. I just washed them, and I'm going to kind of use them to press the bottom of this dish so we can get this in the back. Because I don't want to make these individual. I don't like using muffin tins. I don't like using individual biscuits. To me, that's too much work. It's too hard. I like a dish. I like to make my life easier. I will split it out after it's cooked. And some people might call that lazy. I call it practical. And this is pre-greased. I went ahead and pre-greased it before. That seems awful. That doesn't seem like a lot, does it? To make, it says it's supposed to make 12 to 14 biscuits.
Mini biscuits.
Like they mini biscuits. They tiny biscuits. I will say it is a little sticky. And it won't take them long to cook. You cook this on 400. Oh, tablespoon. Cook on 400 for 8 to 12 minutes, so they won't take very long to cook at all. And then we're going to put this in the middle, so it's mostly going to be egg and sausage with just a little bit of bread on top. So a good way to use something up in our pantry that we would not normally keep. How about I just put the whole thing on the bottom?
That's fine. I don't care.
It just seems like it's going to be awful. Like it make it more like a. You could put cheese on it as well. My cheese is kind of sacred right now. I keep waiting for a better deal on cheese, but I haven't had a great one at the moment. Like they were having cheese on sale, 3 for $5 was one of the deals I was getting cheese for.
Now 2 for $4 is the best we've seen.
2 for $4 is the best I could see. What do you all get cheese for in your area? I know, like, I see a Living on a Dime. She gets cheese for 99 cents all the time. I've not seen, ever since I've been buying cheese, I haven't seen cheese for that cheap. Have we?
No.
Okay. And I'm just going to use my dirty hand here and pop these on. And yes, my eggs are going to be overcooked, and that's just fine with us. We don't really care about that. As long as the food is cooked, that's all that matters.
And this will be the breakfast for the week.
This will be breakfast this week. And if we run out of it, then we will be eating scrambled eggs as well. So I'm going to get this in the oven and this in the oven. And when we come back, we will be ready to taste test breakfast and dinner.
Okay, so we're here to taste test. So got a little bit of everything besides the snacking things.
And here is what breakfast looks like. And here is what the buffalo dip looks like.
Okay, so I know what the buffalo dip tastes like because we have this
A lot.
a lot. It's always one of my favorite.
I want him.
That's really good. I said the other day we made one with turkey, and I said it needed cream cheese.
No, you said need more buffalo sauce.
Well, that too. So, very, very good. Let's try the sweet potatoes now. Those are so sweet.
No sugar. No
sugar.
nothing. Aren't they good with that little bit of pumpkin?
They are. It changes them totally. Okay. So, the pasta here before I get to eat it. We sort of did calculation, math-wise.
Kind of rounding a bit.
Generously rounding up. And each day, per person for a family of 3, $2.67 about a person is what we made here from the cost. You can taste the sausage in this. And it's good.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. And now the breakfast. That's pretty good. So, a little bit of biscuit here, and it's really good. I mean, really good.
Is it overcooked?
No, overcooked.
The egg and stuff's not
It honestly
overcooked?
tastes like like a biscuit on the bottom. It might have been okay on top, but I think it's better if you just had it on the bottom. So,
Okay.
So
what about the egg and the sausage on top? Is it all overcooked on top?
no.
It's all okay. Do you miss cheese on top? I thought about adding cheese.
Not really. It might have been nice, but it wasn't a necessity.
I bet it'd be good with a little hot sauce.
Yeah, definitely with a little hot sauce. Add that on, be amazing.
It'd be amazing.
So, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And go over and check out our link tree with all of our other content. And
as always, thank you for joining us on the Canny Couple, where we work hard, live simple, and enjoy life. Have a wonderful day.